Hello, this is a video training package for the Corpuls3 defibrillator, which is used in the Scottish Ambulance Service. This video is designed to be used as a refresher for your face-to-face practical training course. If you have not attended a face-to-face course, please contact your line manager to arrange this. The Corpuls3 is a modular device and can be split into three component parts: a control screen, a patient monitoring box, and a defibrillator. The defibrillator is released by pressing on these two tabs underneath the main carry handle, and the defibrillator module can then be removed from the rear of the device. The patient box is released by pressing on this dimpled release mechanism, then the patient box can be removed. When split apart, the three modules communicate using radio signal, which has a range of approximately 10 metres. Reassembly is performed in reverse order. This triangle piece in the rear of the screen slots into this triangular recess on the bottom of the patient box. The screen is tilted forward, the patient box inserted and secured at the top. The defibrillator has an integral carry handle, which is used to secure it to the main device. When reassembling the device, this carry handle must be in the flat position. Again, you should tilt the device forward, secure the bottom of the defibrillator module, then click the handle into the two catches on the top of the device. To remove the Corpuls3 from its vehicle bracket, lift the red handle, then using the two-handed technique shown, lift it straight up and off the bracket. When the red handle is lifted, the securing mechanism is released. The handle and mechanism will slowly return to the normal position. To secure the device, simply place it back in the bracket as shown. Accessories for the Corpuls3 are stored in white clean pouches on the sides and rear of the device. Three sizes of blood pressure cuff are provided: small, standard and large adult. The cuffs can be changed using the bayonet connector to release, twist and pull apart, to secure, push together and twist to lock in place. The Untitled CO2 monitor is stored in the pouch in a tube mount. However, this is only for transportation and must be changed for a sterile tube mount when used. Place a sterile mount on the end of the ET tube or iGel. Remove the sensors and insert into the sterile mount in the appropriate place. The plastic moulding ensures the sensors can only be inserted the correct way. The CPR feedback device is a single patient use foam pad which is placed on the chest. Peel the protective cover and place the adhesive side down on the patient's sternum. There are two ECG cables for the Corpuls3. The limb leads have 4 cables and the chest leads have 6 cables. The cables are colour-coded to the international standard for ease of use and have the designation moulded into the stud. There are 3 SpO2 probes supplied with the Corpuls3, a rubber adult probe, a smaller clip-type probe for small adults and children, and a single patient-use neonate probe. To change probes, lift the transparent plastic cover, detach and attach the probe you require. Secure by locking in place with the transparent cover. The device is powered on by pressing the green power button in the top right hand corner of the screen. Every time the device powers on, it will perform a self-test. If the three modules are connected, pressing the power button will turn on all three modules. If the modules are not physically connected, you will need to turn on each module individually. An indicator on the top right-hand corner of the screen will tell you if there is a hard link between the modules or if they are communicating by radio frequency, indicated by a dashed line. To mark a generic event in the Corpuls3, press the Event button. If you press and hold the Event Mark button, you can mark Drug Administration. Use a jog wheel to scroll to the drug you are administering and press on the jog wheel to select it. If paired, this information will automatically populate your patient report form. If you make a mistake when entering a drug, you can delete this event by selecting Cancel Last. Pressing the printer button once will produce a continuous printout of what you see on the screen. If you press and hold the print button for 3 seconds, a screenshot of the current screen will be produced. To access the printer compartment, lift the black bar on the bottom of the machine. The paper can be removed from between the spring-loaded mount and replaced. When changing paper, ensure that a small amount of paper is left outside of the machine when closing. When tearing the paper off, ensure you use the cutting teeth at the top of the print compartment. Both of these actions will help prevent printer jams. Alarms are managed using the button with the bell icons. Press this button once to view the alarm and press a second time to acknowledge the alarm. To access the settings for the device, press on the centre of the jog wheel. There are no patient monitoring functions in this menu. To change what is displayed on the screen, you can scroll to the appropriate item that you wish to change and push the jog wheel to enter the submenu. And here, you can edit what is displayed. When you restart the device, these changes will revert back to their default settings. Alarm limits are indicated in the appropriate field on the screen. The default limits for heart rate are 140 beats per minute and 50 beats per minute. If the current value falls out with these limits, the alarm will sound. These limits can be adjusted according to your patient condition. If a patient has a high heart rate and you wish to amend the alarm limits to reflect this, you can do so by using the Auto Limits function. Use the jog wheel to scroll to the appropriate field on the screen and select the Auto Limits option from the submenu. This will reset the alarm limits based on the current value to 30% above and 30% below the number displayed. If the condition of the patient changes, you can repeat this process. The panel below the jog wheel includes the monitor, pacer and browser buttons. A single press of the monitor button will return you to the main monitoring screen. Holding the monitor button will change the display to high contrast mode, which can be easier to read in bright sunlight. Press and hold the monitor button to change back to standard view. The pacer system is accessed by pressing the pacer button. This function is not currently within the scope of practice for ambulance paramedics and technicians. A single press of the browser button will print out a protocol or browser report. This report is a full record of the current incident. To stop the report printing, press the printer button. Press and hold the browser button to access the device memory. The Corpuls3 will retain instant information in the internal memory until this is uploaded to the server. The QRS soft key will activate the audible heart rate monitor. To silence, press the QRS soft key again. The Corpuls3 comes with 3 different views installed. Press the Views button to access these screens. The trauma view is designed to be used in high acuity situations, and the cardiac screen should be used for cardiac monitoring when a 12-lead view is not required. If your patient is connected to cardiac monitoring, the Corpuls3 will record lead 2 into the memory. To review the cardiac rhythm, press the LT-ECG button. Use a jog wheel to rewind to an earlier point where you can print the information displayed on the screen by pressing the Print soft key. To access the blood pressure function, press the NIBP soft key. Push the Start key to begin taking a blood pressure reading. The View button will display a table containing the last 5 blood pressure readings. To set up an automatic schedule for blood pressure readings, press the Auto button. Pressing the Interval button will allow you to cycle through the scheduled time interval. When the interval desired is displayed, push the Start button to take another reading and begin the automatic cycle. To cancel the automatic schedule, press the Auto button. The diagnostic ECG or 12-lead function is accessed by pressing the D-ECG button. When the Corpuls3 indicates that it is ready to perform a diagnostic ECG, press the Start button to begin. The ECG, which is displayed on the screen, is captured. If your tablet and Corpuls3 are paired, the patient information screen will have patient details pre-populated. If you need to change these details, you can do so by using the jog wheel. Any changes made here will also be updated on your PRF automatically. When you are happy with the information on your patient details screen, press the OK button. The Corpuls3 screen is not diagnostic, therefore you must print the ECG to perform any analysis. If you need to send the ECG by telemetry, press the Send soft key. All PPCI centres in Scotland are displayed. use a jog wheel to scroll to the centre you wish to send the ECG information to and select by pressing on the centre of the jog wheel. The network connection icons will be displayed at the top of the screen. If you are in range of your vehicle Wi-Fi, this will be the connection used. If you are out of range, the device will connect to the mobile phone network using the internal SIM card. No mobile phone is needed to send telemetry. When connected to a network, the ECG icon is displayed. When received at PPCI, the staff are alerted to your ECG by a dedicated workstation. If your GTAC tablet and Corpuls3 have not been paired, this will be indicated by a black heart icon. To pair, push this icon. You'll be asked to enter the device serial number. This can be found on your device as shown. After pairing, the heart icon will turn amber, indicating that a device has been linked but no patient information has been paired. To pair your patient information, push the amber icon, then hit Pair to Patient. Your heart icon should now be green, indicating that patient information has been paired. To activate manual defibrillator mode, push the manual button. The defibrillator will provide a CPR metronome and audible CPR feedback. When adult pads are connected to a patient, the Corpuls3 will default to 200 joules. When paediatric pads are attached, the device will default to 50 joules. This can be changed using the jog wheel. Press the jog wheel to lock in. In manual mode, charge the device by pushing the charge button. When the shock ready tone sounds, push and hold the shock button to deliver the shock. If you do not wish to deliver the shock, press the cancel button. To activate AED mode, push the AED button. When in AED mode, you must push the Analyze button to analyse the heart rhythm. In a shockable rhythm, the device will automatically charge. In a non-shockable rhythm, the device will advise that a shock is not recommended. The defibrillator pads are stored in the rear pouch. 2 sets of adult pads will be available, with 1 set pre-connected. A single set of paediatric pads are also stored. Please take note of the weight limits for each type of pad. Please also remember that in adult cardiac arrest, a new set of pads should be placed in an alternate position after administering the 6th shock. Begin by powering on the Corpuls3 and allowing it to complete a self-test. Turn on the test box and then plug the test box into the defibrillator pad socket. Mark this mission as a test mission and switch the device into manual defibrillator mode. Charge to 200 joules and deliver a shock. If there are no errors during this process, power the device off by pressing the green power button and selecting the OK soft key. This will begin the data upload process. The device can now be returned to the vehicle bracket after reconnecting the defibrillator pads. The upload process will continue and will power off when complete. This process can be interrupted by pressing the power button. This will shut the machine down immediately. An upload report will be produced. This does not need to be retained and can be disposed of as domestic waste.